welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day whatever it is you're doing. Welcome back to another meals I made this week video, guys. I've been absolutely loving these. I've been digging through my memories, digging through my archive of all the recipes that I've made for me and my family over the years, and this week I've dug into my old school recipe archive of meals that I used to get made as a child by my parents. So we're bringing a couple of those into this week's dinner, some boiled bacon as well, which I haven't had for such a long time. Really excited for that one. I'm also going to be making you some chocolate and peanut butter ice cream. After you guys saw my blackberry cheesecake ice cream recipe, I had some requests to bring in some new flavours, so we're going for chocolate and peanut butter this week. And if you're new to my Meals I Made This Week series, guys, then welcome, and also let me fill you in. At the beginning of every single week, I'll upload my weekly food shop haul. I have a budget of up to £100 to buy all the food and everything that I need for me and my 3 children. And then at the end of the week, I upload this, my Meals I Made This Week video, showing you 4 different dinners and 1 dessert recipe that I've made for me and the kids throughout the week. We're going to run through how much each of the meals cost us. We're going to be running through portion sizes. I'm going to be showing you the point of view of me cooking it as well, so you can see the entire recipe and how I make it. And yeah, guys, if you do like this video, then please smash that thumbs up button and also consider subscribing down below. It would mean the absolute world to me. And without further ado, let's dive in and see what I made this week. Sunday night, guys, and instead of a roast dinner tonight, we're going to have an old school chicken salad. So we're going to be making a chicken salad like my mum used to make me. So let's run through all the ingredients and the overall cost of this dinner. First up, we've got a medium British whole chicken. I'm going to be cooking the whole of this for this dinner, but there might be some leftovers that I'll use for a lunch or a dinner another time in the week. Going to be using 2 packets of Walker's baked cheese and onion crisps, 2 corn on the cobs, which I'm going to cut in half, and each of us are going to have half a corn on the cob, 4 eggs, 1 tomato, some mature cheddar cheese, which I'm going to be grating, some cucumber, some carrot, and a handful of Maris Piper potatoes, guys. Altogether, this comes to £7.23, much cheaper than doing a roast dinner anyhow. But let's dive in and start the cooking. First step is to set our air fryer, because this is where we're going to be cooking our chicken as well as our corn on the cobs. So we're going to set it to 180 for 40 minutes and just preheat that now. Now that our air fryer is preheated, I'm just going to put the chicken in whole, breast side down for the first 30 minutes. While our chicken's cooking, I'm going to peel and chop our potatoes and put them in a medium saucepan here filled with cold water. So that's our potatoes added to some cold water, and I've added a little bit of salt in that now, and that's going to be put on in a little while, like when the chicken's half done. And I've just boiled the kettle. What we're going to do is pour the boiling water in with our 4 eggs now, put that on a medium heat and cook that for 12 minutes until they're hard boiled. Our eggs are now boiled, so I'm going to turn that off the heat, drain this, pour some cold water in to cool the eggs down straight away, and then I'll take them out of their shells and cut them in half to serve later. That's our eggs all ready and set aside for later. Now our chicken's been cooking for half an hour breast down at 180 in the air fryer. Now we're going to flip this over to be breast side up. Now that it's turned over, I'm just going to spray it with some olive oil quickly, and then we're going to season this with salt and pepper and put it in for the final 10 minutes on 180 before we increase the temperature. While that chicken's cooking for the last 10 minutes at 180, we're going to pop our boiled potatoes on now to boil. And while they're boiling away over there, we're going to prep the last of our veg. So we're going to peel and chop our carrots into carrot sticks. We're going to cut our cucumber into cucumber sticks. We're going to cut our tomato into wedges, and we're going to grate some of our cheese. So that's our egg and our veg prep done. I've also grated some cheese as well. Now the corn on the cobs are going to go in with the chicken in the air fryer at the moment, and then obviously we're going to be serving up the crisps. There's no prep needed there, so that's all of our prep done for now. Now our chicken has finished cooking for the full 40 minutes on 180 degrees. We're now going to add our corn on the cobs into the air fryer basket, and then what we're going to do is pop the air fryer up to 200 now for 15 minutes. And after the 15 minutes, this should be ready, guys, but obviously make sure that the juices are running clear on the thickest part of the chicken. Now we just got to wait for our potatoes to finish boiling, and also our chicken and our corn on the cobs to be done cooking in the air fryer, and then we can just serve all of this up. The chicken and that have 5 minutes left to go. I've just taken the boiled potatoes out and drained them with the colander. Now I'm just going to toss them in a little bit of butter. That is our chicken finished cooking. I've just taken the corn on the cobs out and tossed them in some butter and served them up as well. That's the rest of our dinner. Now I'm just going to carve up the chicken and serve that alongside it. And that is our Sunday dinner all served up, guys. We've got our classic old school salad with the chicken. We've got the potatoes, carrot, crisps, sweet corn, cucumber cheese, tomatoes, and hard-boiled eggs. We've got mine here, we've got Tyler's and Liam's here who have breast meat, as well as a leg and a wing each because they love chicken on the bone. And then we've got Ava's right here who's got the exact same as us as well. Now the last thing left to do is to smother it in salad cream to make it a proper nostalgic old school salad, guys. We're gonna go and enjoy this now on this amazing Sunday, and we'll catch you later in the week for another dinner. Tuesday evening, and it's time to make some fish finger burritos for our dinner tonight, guys. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. We're going to be using 150 grams of long grain rice. We're going to be using 20 fish fingers. I'm using the omega-free ones from Asda. I'm going to be using a pack of 8 white wraps, 1 lime, 1 red onion, 1 avocado, 2 tomatoes, and half a pack of fresh coriander. Altogether this comes to £4.97. Let's dive into the cooking. First thing I'm going to do is put our long grain rice onto cook in my rice cooker. I've got the rice and the water in there, and that's just going to stay on, cook, and then it will keep it warm until I'm ready to serve. I'm just preheating the air fryer at 200 degrees for 10 minutes, ready for our fish fingers. And that is our fish fingers going in for the 10 minutes now. Now we have 10 minutes to make some smashed avocado and a salsa. So first off, let's start with our salsa. We're going to finely dice up our 2 tomatoes and our red onion and half of this pack of coriander, and we're going to pop it into this bowl. Now I've cut the lime in half, and I'm going to squeeze half of the lime juice over this and season with salt and pepper and give that all a good mix to make our salsa. That is our salsa made. Now I'm going to do some smashed avocado. Basically going to cut open an avocado, pop it into the bowl, give it a mash, and then use the other half of the lime to squeeze over the top. And then to our mashed avocado and lime juice, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this now too. Now that is our avocado and our salsa done. We've got our wraps here, our fish fingers and our rice are finished cooking. Now it's time to serve up. So for each of the wraps, I'm going to do a smear of the avocado mixture. Then we're going to add our cooked rice on top. Then to this we're going to add our salsa, and we're going to add our cooked fish fingers as well. Just like so. Now we just need to wrap this up, cut it in half and serve them up. That is mine and the boys all served up with 2 wraps each. We've got mine, Liam's and Tyler's here. And for Ava we've got the exact same but slightly different. So we've got the fish fingers, we've got the tortilla wrap, but I've cut that into triangles. And we've got the rice and the avocado mixed with the lime juice. But instead of the salsa, I've got just fresh tomato cut into wedges. And she much prefers to sort of feed herself sort of picky bits rather than a wrap, so that's why I've deconstructed it for her. We're going to go and enjoy this now, and then we'll see you later in the week for another meal. It's Thursday morning, guys, and I'm going to be making some chocolate peanut butter ice cream ready for our dessert tonight. It needs to chill for at least 5 hours. That's why I'm making it this morning, ready for this evening for our pudding. So yeah, let's run through all of the ingredients of what we're going to need to make this ice cream. We're going to need some Reese's mini peanut butter cups. We've got some smooth peanut butter, some vanilla essence and some salt, some dark chocolate, some double cream. I've got 2 pots, and then we're going to use some condensed milk and some cocoa powder. That's everything we need, guys. Let's dive into making this ice cream. First step, I've taken 6 strips of the Bournville chocolate bar. So that's just under 140 grams worth of dark chocolate here. And what I'm gonna do is just microwave this until it's melted, doing like 10 to 20 second bursts at a time, stirring in between until it's all melted and smooth. Now to our melted chocolate, which looks incredible. We're going to add our tin of condensed milk, 40 grams of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Going to give that all a really good mix together now. Now that's all mixed together and looking amazing, I'm just going to set that aside for 1 moment. Now in a slightly larger mixing bowl, I've got 2 cups of our double cream in here. Now what we're going to do is whisk this until it forms soft peaks. Once our cream is whipped and looking like this, we're now going to stir half of this into our chocolate mixture. Now what we're going to do is fold this chocolate mixture that's now got half of the cream in back into here and fold it all together gently. And that is our chocolate ice cream base complete. Now I've got a cup of peanut butter here, and I'm just going to pop this into the microwave again for like 10-20 second bursts until it's really smooth and creamy. Now that's our peanut butter all melted. Now we've got our chocolate base, our peanut butter melted, and our Reese's peanut butter cups. It's time to assemble our ice cream. Now I've just taken this loaf tin out of the freezer, so I've just had it chilling in the freezer for like 5-10 minutes before I started serving. So now what we're going to do is add half of our chocolate mixture to here now, and then we're going to layer half of our peanut butter on top of this. Now again, we're going to top this up now with the rest of our chocolate mixture, and then we're just going to top this off with the remaining peanut butter and also a handful or 2 of our mini peanut butter cups. Now I'm simply going to take a knife and I'm going to do some swirling patterns in it now. Now after swirling, I've just added a couple more Reese's peanut butter cups for decoration on top. Now this is going to go in the freezer, guys, for about 5 hours, at least 5 hours. You can also do overnight as well. But yeah, I'm going to pop this in the freezer for at least 5 hours now, and then we'll be back later on this evening to serve it for pudding. It's Thursday evening, guys, and I'm going to be doing some boiled gammon with some boiled potatoes and carrots with some chicken gravy. Super simple, super tasty. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this dinner. So we've got 1 smoked gammon joint. We're going to be using some gravy granules for chicken from Asda. We've got 6 potatoes here, and we've also got 6 carrots. I don't know why the bag of carrots I got from Asda was all basically half carrots, but this is what we've got. Altogether this comes to £5.54 to feed me and the kids. Let's dive into the cooking. So I'm actually going to be boiling the gammon joint. So what I've done is put the gammon joint into a large saucepan and filled it with cold water just above the gammon joint. Now we're going to put this over a low flame, and then what we're going to do is bring it to the boil, and then we're going to boil it slowly for an hour. And then during the cooking time, what we're going to do is just fill up our kettle with boiling water and just be topping it up with boiling water just to make sure that it's constantly covered. So you need to keep an eye on it, but that's the cooking method for our gammon today. And then while our gammon is cooking over there, we're just going to peel and chop our potatoes and our carrots and put them both into separate saucepans filled with cold water. So that is our veg prepped in our 2 saucepans filled with cold water. We've got our gammon starting to boil now, so I've put a timer on for 1 hour. Like I said, we're going to keep an eye on it and just keep it topped up with boiled water from the kettle as it goes down. Now we're just going to wait until we're at 25 minutes before the gammon's done. Then we're going to put our potatoes and our carrots onto boil. 25 minutes to go, so we're going to put the potatoes and the carrots onto boil now. And once our gammon is finished boiling for the hour, we're going to drain this off now and carve it. And then once we've carved it, we're going to serve it alongside our boiled potatoes and our boiled carrots. Just before serving up the potatoes, I'm just going to mix them up with a little bit of butter. That is our gammon served up with our potatoes and our carrots. Now we're just going to finish this off with some chicken gravy that I've just made. And that is our Thursday night dinner all served up, guys. We've got mine here, we've got Liam's and Tyler's, and then we've got Ava's here as well, and I've just mashed her boiled potatoes a little bit to make it easier for her to scoop with her spoon. We're going to go and enjoy this now, guys, and we'll be back shortly with some chocolate and peanut butter ice cream for pudding. And this is our chocolate peanut butter ice cream already, and now we're just going to serve this up with our trusty ice cream scoop. And that is our chocolate peanut butter ice cream all served up. I'm going to serve up the boys some now as well, and we're going to go and enjoy this on this lovely Thursday. This tastes so good, guys. My absolute 2 favourites combined, chocolate and peanut butter. And yeah, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow for another dinner. It's Friday evening, guys, and we're going to be making a coconut fish curry tonight. Really looking forward to this one. Let's dive in and see what ingredients we're going to need and how much this is going to cost us. So we're going to be using about 300 grams of basmati rice. Going to be using a tin of coconut milk. I've got a 320 gram pack of cod fillets. These were frozen and they've been defrosting in my fridge today. I'm then going to be using some olive oil, some ground coriander, some turmeric and some chili powder, 1 onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 green chilies, 1 lime and half a packet of coriander. Altogether this comes to £5.89. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is for me to cook my rice in the rice cooker. Just going to put that on to cook now, and then that's going to stay warm until I'm ready to serve. Then what I'm going to do is make an onion and garlic puree. So firstly I'm going to peel and roughly chop my onion and then peel my garlic. Now I've put the chopped onions and the whole garlic cloves into a mini food processor. I'm going to add a tablespoon of water to this now and then blitz it until it's a smooth puree. Now that we've got our onion and garlic paste, I've just heated up some olive oil into a saucepan. Make sure that the saucepan that you use has a lid, and what we're going to do is add this now with a pinch of salt and then fry it until it's golden brown. While I've been waiting for our onions and our garlic to brown, I've been prepping the rest of the veg. So I've chopped up our coriander for later, I've sliced our green chilies lengthways, and then I've cut our lime into wedges because we're going to be using that to serve our dinner with later. Now our onions and garlic are looking like this. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of water to this now. And once the water has evaporated and cooked off and the oil rises to the top, that's when we'll be ready to add our spices. Now for our spices, we're going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of mild chili powder and 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. Now we're going to stir that all in and cook that for 1 more minute. Now what we're going to do is stir in our coconut milk, the whole tin. I'm going to stir that in and cook that through for 2 minutes. And while that's just cooking through for the 2 minutes on a low flame, what we're going to do is cut up our cod fillets now into large bite-sized pieces. Now we're going to add our cod fish chunks into our curry sauce. Now we're going to pop the lid on our fish curry and we're going to cook this for 8 minutes until the fish is cooked through. Now after the 8 minutes is up, we're just going to take the lid off quickly and we're just going to pop in our sliced chilies to this now, and we're just going to cover it up and cook it for 2 more minutes. Now that 2 minutes is up, we're just going to take the lid off of this now and turn it off the heat. Now we're going to sprinkle in the coriander, and what we're going to do is try not to stir it because we don't want the fish to break up. We want to keep those big chunks of fish, and we're going to serve this up now with our rice. And that is our coconut fish curry all served up, guys. We've got mine here, I've got some of the chilies as well. Then we've got Tyler's, who's got the chilies as well, and Liam's without. And then we've got Ava's here, who's got the exact same bus, obviously minus the chilies. So that's our Friday night curry, guys. Really excited to dive into this. It tastes so good. And yeah, that is our Friday night complete. That's everything I have for you this week, guys. Let me know down below in the comments, have you had any of those dinners before? Were you ever made those? What was your favorite childhood meal? I'd love to know. Mine's definitely like spaghetti bolognese. Like, I just can't make it how my mum used to make it. I don't know, it was just so tasty. But yeah, let me know your favorite childhood food memory down below in the comments. I'd love to read through them. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching again. Thank you for all the love and support on my channel. It means a lot to me, and hopefully I'll see you very soon for another video. Take care. Bye.